Hey guys, and welcome to part 6 of our Unit 7 Motivation, Emotion, Stress, and Health and Personality. We're going to talk more about personality and kind of go back to Freud for a moment. With Freud's theories, we have two different fixations, oral and anal. Oral is more biting our nails and pencils, which he believed is just one way that kind of made us who we are, which anal stage fixation is kind of where you hear people say you're being real anal, keeping your home and workspace spotless, very OCD kind of tendencies, agitated if something is moved. A revisionist kind of would like, hey, that doesn't depict sexuality. It's not a force behind personality. However, early experience might not be as powerful as we thought, but it is important. But also looked at conscious thought and how society and our culture influence us. Karen Horney came up with a sociocultural approach, which both sexes envy the attributes of the others. We do see that women might envy the penis, but what they really want is a status bestowed on those who have one. Pretty much her viewpoint was men tend to be the more powerful, men tend to be the ones in control, and that's where we see that that status. There's a need for security. Carl Jung's analytical theory looked at the collective unconscious, which have the deepest impersonal layer. There were archetypes, which is a really important term, cough, cough, hint, 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 emotionally laden ideas, and images that have rich meaning, which a more simplistic definition of that is just a very specific example of something. So if you want to talk about a book, you might, or a specific genre of book, you might say, hey, this book title is a perfect example or a perfect archetype. And the persona, it can be adopted into different circumstances, so you can kind of change who you are. Then we have Alfred Adler's theories, that we have individual psychology. People are motivated by purposes and goals. They want perfection and not pleasure. And sometimes people want compensation for doing well. He did believe that there is a important role on birth order, where he did say the middle child is the best, but, I don't know if I can believe that, being the oldest child. What do you guys think? Evaluating that with criticism, too much emphasis on early experiences, theories might not be tested, contributions, importance of childhood experiences, development, proceeds and stages, and the role of the unconscious. So now, again, we go back to Abraham Maslow with our humanistic perspective. This was known as the third force of psychology, and it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air after our two leading forces. It had an emphasis on the person's capacity for personal growth, believed that human nature was good, needed to make sure we were able to cope with stress, control your lives, process change, evaluate yourself, and don't be dependent on others' opinions. Again, Abraham Maslow believed in self-actualization, reaching your full potential as a human, wanted to make sure you could be spontaneous and creative, and focused on highly successful individuals. Carl Rogers was another humanistic forerunner. He had a lot of research that led to more modern studies with personal growth and self-determination. Unconditional positive regard. You guys saw this again last unit where, the individual needs to be accepted, but you are accepted, valued, and treated positively no matter what your behavior's like. There's empathy. Contributions. Self-perception is key. Look at positive aspects of human nature. Where criticisms, there's too much focus and too much optimism towards human nature, and could promote narcissism. Trait perspective is an enduring disposition that leads to characteristic responses. Traits are the building blocks of personality. This really just looked at, you can describe your typical behavior. You might have personality traits that are higher or stronger or lower and weaker. Gordon Allport is our main person for this. He's the father of American personality with psychology. He looked at traits. Said we have over 4,500 traits. W.T. Norman looked at factor analysis and our 5-factor model, which you guys will finally get to see. And you can remember it in 2 different ways, which you need to know. So the big 5 factors deal with different aspects, which are ocean, or you could do canoe, openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and eroticism. So are you open, imaginative, practical? Are you organized or disorganized? Are you disciplined or impulsive? Are you sociable or not? Are you soft-hearted or ruthless? Or are you calm or anxious? There is a hexagon model that looks at another dimension of kind of the canoe, the big 5, and wants to add honesty and humility. Which, what do you guys think about that? Which contributions are that traits do influence our health and our thoughts and the way we think and careers. But criticisms are that the roles, the situation, and behavior could be ignored and could look over individuals' personality when they're trying to, figure out who they are. I hope you guys enjoyed this unit. Have a great day.